up, everybody? This is little Nikki Duncan-Smith, aka Kershaw St. Jawnson, and I am here with the legendary. I know y'all get that word all the time. Iconic. I know y'all get that word. The fabulous Kid and Play. Y'all don't know. Kid and Play's in the house. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Good, young lady.
Hey, you guys. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday and Happy New Year to you and yours.
And the same to you. You guys, this is my first time interviewing you all, but I feel like I've known you for most of my life. There's a song.
Well, that's what a good movie and songs are supposed to do. Make people feel like they know you, you know.
There's a song called Last Night. Last Night, can y'all tell me how that song came about? Is that historical, or is it just y'all was like, let me throw something pretty cool together?
It was kind of historical. I think that song kind of represented, by the way, that was the first song we recorded as Kid and Play. But I think with that song, we were trying to showcase the kind of the life that we were living at that time, hanging out together, going to the clubs, trying to meet girls, trying to navigate the club scene, the streets, the thugs and stuff like that, and try to describe it and portray it as kind of an adventure. But it was an adventure that we would replicate every weekend. That's just how it was. That's how New York City was.
It was Kid and Play.
Yes.
Kid and Play.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the same time, that was the vibe with some of the other things that was going on from other rap, storytellers and stuff. But I think ours was the only one who was like a duo type thing.
It's like a blind date gone bad.
Except for Roxanne. I think that was one, about 3 different cats going through things. But no, like Kid said, that was something that captured, who we were and what we were about. For real,
So that was your first joint y'all did together. You guys were solo artists at first?
First joint as Kid and Play. Before that, we were a group called Fresh Force. We used to be on a label, Sutra Records, where we pretty much did parodies of already like hit records. Like Run DMC had a joint I called My Adidas. We had a joint called My Skeezer, where skeezer was the term for a groupie back then. Then Falco had a big hit out called Rock Me Amadeus, and we did one called Rock Me. So that was a way of, trying to get on the board, get out there. And then when we left that label, there was the same label that the Fat Boys was on. That's a part of it, a bit of history. We went over to Select Records, where you had UTFO and Whistle and Chub Rock. And we became Kid and Play then. And our first record produced with longtime producer then after, Herbie the Love Bug.
I love that. When I'm glad you brought up Herbie, because you guys had a whole collective. So it was like Kid and Play. It was Salt-N-Pepa. It was Kwame. Like it was Sweet Tea. Like you guys had a whole crew. You guys seemed like y'all was like opposite of Rush Management. And I heard y'all used to call them the Russians. Is that true?
That's new. I don't remember that. I just
I definitely remember that.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware.
Definitely. That was Herbie. That's what Herbie called them.
Okay, yeah. That sounds like that's what we hung out with a collective of people that we had names and we had terms and phrases and stuff. So yeah, that was pretty clever, the Russians.
Yeah, but yeah, we I don't think I think we admired that whole Rush squad. We used to try to get down with them, man. We'd go down and sit in Russell's office for hours and hours and hours trying to get a meeting or get him to hear our songs with not a lot of success. So I mean, we certainly knew how powerful and influential they and their roster were. But I think after a while, we started to feel, and I think Herbie helped to get us to believe, hey, we can be like them. We don't have to join them. We can beat them now, or we can compete. So I think Herbie had an admiration for Russell in terms of like building his own legacy and his own roster. So I think in anything in life, athletically or entertainment wise, you try to measure yourself against the best in terms of where you're trying to go. And they were certainly the best at the time. They had the biggest and best artists, and we wanted to aspire to those heights.
Yeah, everybody wanted that, either to be on the label or to especially be really managed by Russell, because there was two different divisions. He managed a lot of artists, but a lot of his artists was on different labels. Like Running Them was on Profile. Then you had other groups like Houdini and them. I forgot who Houdini was with. Jive, exactly. So it was really Rush. That's why when you hear Eric B and Rakim, we rolling with Rush Management, because even Rush, Eric B and what were they, Broadway? I think.
Fourth and Broadway,
yeah.
And Zakia.
Yeah, so the main thing was to be managed by him, not so much to be, on the label yet. And then the Def Jam, what was it, LL, and then moving on, yeah.
I hear a lot of Queens talk right here. Queens get the money. You guys are from Queens, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I understand.
East Elmhurst, Corona, Queens.
Corona, you said?
East Elmhurst, the Hearst.
Oh, the Hearst.
But, you had East Elmhurst and Corona. Coming out of there was us, Kwame, believe it or not, G-Rap, Cool G-Rap, and a host of others, Ron Lawrence.
Beatnut.
Yeah, all of that. Beatnuts, yeah.
Eric B.
Yes.
Freddie Fox.
The list goes on.
It does go on. And when we think about what you guys all brought to the table, one of my first times seeing you guys is in this video, especially you play. This video called Tramp.
Yeah. That was my first.
Oh. It was our first too. It was our pleasure play. But I was way younger. So it wasn't like, But we was like, yo, we thought y'all were like brother sister group, that dynamic. Like, even though you had Rush Management and Def Jam and them over there, the movement that you guys had was just so phenomenal. Like, you guys even had your own dance, right? And like it just took off. Who created that dance?
Well, to go back a little bit, what was the name of the company, which kind of was on point? It was called Idol Makers. That was the name of the company, management anyway. And Herbie did the same thing that Russ did. He had all the different artists on different labels, Select. Even Dana Dane was part of the group, and you had Next Plateau. That's where the girls was at. But as far as the dance goes, the dance came out of some degree of desperation and urgency, because we were known from our music videos to dance and have dancers in it. But when promoters was finally ready to put us on and come out on tour, they weren't giving us the money to bring our dancers with us. So we knew it would be a disappointment, and Kid could correct me if I'm wrong, disappointment for us to come out and just rap and no dancing. So we knew we had to do both or try. So we worked with all kinds of different dancers to represent. One in particular was called Nonstop. They had Little Bit, hi-hat, and Swatch. And we were with them one day and just kind of let them know that we were in this little bit of a problem. And it just came out of brainstorming. And the one that stood out the most would be Hi-Hat, who is very well known for her work with Missy Elliott, her choreographer. So, one thing led to another, but basically it's the funky Charleston. I mean, it's the Charleston, we call funky Charleston, or the Kid and Play. And that's what happened. But, it really is Kid and Play just representing a lot of our friends that we all danced and just putting all kinds of things together. That particular part of our routine just stuck. And I think it was because of, us putting it in the movie the way we did,
Well, I love that dance. I understand also, and I know I don't have a lot of time with you guys. Damn it. I don't have a lot of time with you guys. But two things before we talk about the movie. Kid, how did you get your box to be your high top fade to be so fire? It was fire. No one had one like you.
Oh, well, the high tops were getting popular. When you were younger, you have a lot more hair. It's kind of tough, and so it was something that I kind of started out kind of on the small tip, but at the time my hair was red. I had a girlfriend dyed my hair red for some strange reason, and so it had a unique look even when it was kind of small. And I don't know, people were reacting to it even when it was small. So my gut said, let's, just keep letting it grow. Play had a box as well. And I think it was one of the things that we kind of used to set us apart from the competition, because the competition was very, very strong at that time. So a lot of times, any way you could set yourself apart and get people to concentrate on the music, that was kind of a good thing. So I did I know that it would reach epic proportions and still resonate to this day? No. But I think it's great that a lot of young people rock it now. It's definitely a young man's haircut. I've moved on. My curls and I have moved on. But no, I mean, but it's kind of one of those things, and Play can kind of speak to it as well, because I think it falls in line with the dance and the fashion at that time. This was how we were really living our lives. Nobody, when we did House Party, they didn't say, do your hair like this. Now we walked in the door like that. I think that's how we got the job. So we were so immersed in what we were doing. And our vibe was, don't do what we're doing. Like, don't dress like us, don't dance like us, don't rock it like us, because we were not marketing geniuses at that time.
But y'all owned it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that made people want to do it. We were like, we're the cool kids. This is the thing. This is our slang. This is our dress. This is our whole wave. This is our vibe. Don't do it. But people did it. People did it anyway.
It was such a no-no then. There's a phrase back then called biting. And it was a big no-no. If you use somebody else's rhyme that was even similar, the way you dress being the first one coming out, uniqueness was a big deal. Even, when you heard the radio and you'd hear the rap shows or whatever, everyone had their unique sound and way and charisma and stuff about them. So, that's what Kid and Play came across, that was what it evolved into.
I love it. You guys, Kid, you just said marketing genius, right? So out of your crew, I think he was your bodyguard, or he carried your records, was Steve Stout, who is a marketing genius, right? You guys put Steve Stout on. We know the House Party is what House Party is, but you are the guys that put Steve Stout on? Is that what I'm
hearing? Yeah, we did. I think and I'll get into this before Play does.
I'm not getting into it.
Okay. No, but I will say this. In terms of introducing Stout to the business via us, that's definitely true. At one time he and I had an entertainment company together. So he and I were together a lot, which meant that he was around playing myself a lot. I do think over the years, there's been I don't know, an embellishment or kind of a misinterpretation of what his role was back then.
It's called a lie.
Hey, okay.
It's called a lie.
So what I would say is, Steve definitely worked with us back then, and kind of on my side of things. And one of the things I will say is, I'm not surprised by his success these days and what he's accomplished. I kind of knew and saw that he just needed an opportunity, and he was very gung ho. He was very young man in a hurry, and I think his results have kind of proven that out. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting that, and I think maybe that's the reason why when you're around for 30 years plus. You do give birth to people. We were instrumental in a lot of people's careers and enjoyed it and loved it. A lot of people's first movie was a House Party movie.
Come on, shout out to AJ, who went to Spelman, who's my soror. She got her start with you guys, right?
Well, that's what I want to say. I want to give a shout out to our representation of HBCUs right now. You know what I'm saying? So where you with Spelman and me with Virginia State University, and Kid is definitely the KID.
Well, I would say this, yeah, but the funny part is, as far as HBCUs go, everybody in my family went to Howard but me. The only time I went to Howard was homecoming. Hey.
And so
That
with
was
this,
one
with
of
this
that was one of that was one of Kid and Play's defining moments was
Hey,
our
Crampton
appearances
Auditorium.
at
somebody
Howard.
went, somebody saw you at homecoming. I'm not gonna say where, what, and who, but things used to go down.
Masonic Temple. Don't try to play me.
Don't try to play.
Hey.
The
All right,
black
so this
hole,
new
the
movie
black
isn't a,
hole,
this
all
this
of that.
movie this new movie isn't a remake. It really is a whole different experience. Tell me, what through lines do you see from the original movie that Reggie and you guys did to this new one, and what was it like working with these young kids?
Well, I purposely haven't seen the movie because when we see it for the first time, which will be at the premiere in a couple of days, I want to see it with fresh eyes. I want to experience it with everyone else in the theater, everyone else, the excitement, everything. I don't want to know what's about to happen or any of that. But from what I can tell, it's just going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what the interpretation, what the translation maybe will be with it. It's going to be interesting. I know what we did in it seemed a little interesting, but I trust, and we choose to trust the writers and the producers and stuff involved to to have done their thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, look, the trailer looks very exciting. As Play said, I think even having had an opportunity to see it beforehand, I think we both want to experience it and accept it and enjoy it in real time. And so that's premieres are fun, and you don't have to have the notes ahead of the test. You know what I mean? We want to go and enjoy it in fine style and embrace it, just like I'm sure this next generation will.
Awesome. So I don't have that much time. But this is what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to shout out Little Nikki and All Hip Hop, preferably 2 different spaces, so I can post it on IG, because it is what?
Okay.
Play.
So you like All Hip Hop or allhiphop.com?
Allhiphop.com, or however you want to do it.
Okay.
Yo, what's good? This is Play.
This is Kid.
And together we are
Kid and Play.
And we are choosing this time to shout out. Who are you shouting out, Kid?
Little Nikki. Little Nikki.
Little Nikki.
That's no
the word little is no representation on how she does it big, though. You know what I'm saying? On allhiphop.com.
Facts.
Oh, y'all about to be my favorite people in the whole wide world. I love you guys so much. I wish this interview wasn't so short. Kwame is one of my best friends in the whole wide world.
He's that dude, boy genius.
The boy genius.
Okay.
Yep. I remember seeing you guys on tour with like Public Enemy. I guess it was 1990. I want to say Too Short was on there. He got booed or something. We were in Philly. It was crazy. Miss Melody, rest in peace, she was there. So this is a big old joy for me. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited about everything.
Yeah, that's an interesting show you remember, because we remember that one. What was that conversation between Too Short and who was that? The comedian that was the host on that joint?
TK.
TK. Their conversation about
TK,
that.
yeah.
Hilarious.
I can't talk about that no more, man.
Yeah, right.
I get in trouble.
The big shout out to Too Short and TK and all of them. Big shout out.
Get in trouble with me. Oh man, I don't have enough time.
Well, let's do this again sometime, Nikki. When we got some other stuff to promote. Yeah, we love.
I can't wait to you. Definitely check out for me. I know you're going to go to Chuck, but come to me.
Yeah, give a big shout out to Grouchy and to Chuck, our dudes, man. Send love and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, the best, and congratulations on being historical, being the best, and having integrity all along the way.
We're still working on that, but thank you.
Yay.